Tonight on UCentral News. New today, President Biden has spoken out about Next Benedict just a day after the autopsy report was released. What he's saying as we come on the air. Next, a fire from earlier this week destroyed a commercial building and damaged residential areas in Oklahoma City. Miracle Garrett takes us into the aftermath. Over in social media, a former One Direction member is releasing a new album. Destiny Pittman has who it is and when we can expect it. Finally today, a Bronco basketball star announced he's entering the transfer portal. Ian Nicholas standing by with the breaking news.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Georgia Jones.
And I'm Mark Lowe. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
Today, President Biden has released a statement about Oklahoma student Next Benedict.
You'll remember Next was an Owasso High School student whose recent death was ruled a suicide.
The statement says that the President and the First Lady are heartbroken by the loss of Next Benedict. He says that every young person deserves to feel safe and supported at school.
Later in the statement, he says that his prayers are with Next's family, friends, and all who love them. And outside right now, it is starting to feel like summer very, very fast. We even had some storms down in southern Oklahoma today.
Yeah, it's starting to actually heat up a lot. Let's head over to Gwyneth Duncan for our first look at weather.
Thank you and welcome back, Broncos. Looking outside right now, it's feeling really nice. We're sitting at 76 degrees. It's mostly sunny. There's really no clouds in the sky. It's so sunny that we have a UV of 6, so you may have felt your skin burning out there a little bit. You're going to start to want to wear sunscreen as you go outside these next couple of days. Our humidity was really humid at the start of the day, but now it's dropped down to 50%, and it might get a little bit more humid as those storms hit later tonight in the eastern part of the state. Our winds were really low today compared to the past couple of days. We're sitting at northwest winds coming in at 8 miles per hour, so it really wasn't as bad as it has been these last couple of days and weeks even. As we look at our allergy report outside, the tree pollen is really high across campus. We can see it. It's really bad. It's making all of our allergies really act up. Our mold spores are also at moderate, and you'll just want to keep an eye on your allergy reports because those allergies will start to go up as we go into the spring. And then as we look ahead, we do have some thunderstorms possible tonight in the eastern part of the state, and we are going to have storm chances possible after 1 p.m. for these next couple of days just because it's starting to become spring and we're going to start seeing those more severe weather chances. As we look at our cold front that is going to move in Sunday night, it's going to move in, it's going to drop down temperatures a little bit, and then we're going to start to see it go back up for our spring break, so we'll be able to enjoy it at least a little bit. And our winds are going to become high after the break that we had today. And that's all I have for you guys right now. I'll have your 7-day forecast and much more later in the show. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Gwyneth. Taking to the Senate floor today, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says a few words about Israel's prime minister. Schumer criticized Benjamin Netanyahu's government and called for a new election.
I believe in his heart he has his highest priority is the security of Israel. However, I also believe Prime Minister Netanyahu has lost his way. I believe a new election is the only way to allow for a healthy and open decision-making process about the future of Israel.
Also today, the State Department announced new sanctions on 3 Israeli settlers and 2 farms in the West Bank. This comes after President Joe Biden signed an executive order last month targeting Israeli settlers who have undermined peace and security in the area.
A fire happened in a location for the 3rd time in Oklahoma City. UCentral's Miracle Garrett has the story.
I'm at Northwest 39th Street where a 3-alarm fire took place Monday evening and completely destroyed a commercial building. As you can see all around me, there's nothing but destruction and debris from the fire. Firefighters responded to multiple calls about a fire that could be seen from the highway near Penn Monday evening. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, but the fire department has confirmed it was not due to electrical issues.
There was no utilities here, so we can rule out any fires being started from any of the utilities, such as an electrical fire.
Firefighters arrived on scene around 3 p.m. and were able to commit all efforts into saving the second building at the location.
Our big concern was the building behind me here that was still occupied, and with the fire structure being so close to this one, it was already starting to catch this building on fire. And we did at that time start to evacuate the building. There is some windows that broke. There is some soffit damage here that you can tell, just because this fire was so hot, so intense that it was starting to spread to the other structure.
Nearby winds made maintaining the fire difficult as the fire grew on the commercial building.
And the wind was blowing, and it was starting to start grass fires downwind. So at that time, we called for more resources. We called for some brush bumpers, just for ember patrol.
Dry grass and vegetation from the winter season makes Oklahoma more prone to brush fires.
So heavy grass fire is right now, and that's because all the vegetation hasn't greened up yet. So here in a month, 6 weeks, we get some spring rains, all the grass turns green, all the trees are green. At that time, the grass fire dangers will lessen a little bit. So
the fire department wants you to know how you can avoid grass fires this season.
Just recently this year, we've had a lot of backyard grass fires just due to barbecue grills, people burning in burn pits outside. And if you are going to be burning, you have some brush, some things you need to burn. You have to obtain a burn permit to do that. And then there's also approved burn days and not approved burn days. So if you have obtained a burn permit, you still have to call the fire marshal's office to get clearance to burn for that specific day.
Lastly, firefighters say don't hesitate to give them a call.
Give us a call. Give us a call. If you see something, say something. Don't hesitate to reach out to us. If you see a potential fire hazard, we have our code division, our code compliance officers. They go out and they observe properties to assess the risk of wildfires happening. So please give us a call. We'll send somebody out and take a look at it.
Reporting from Oklahoma City, I'm Miracle Garrett with UCentral News.
Thank you for that, Miracle. UCO's Theater Arts Department is putting on a play. John Proctor is the villain, and it opens tonight. Taking place at the Mitchell Hall Black Box, the play is about a high school class that explores the American classic, The Crucible. The performances will be tonight and tomorrow at 7:30 and 2 p.m. on Sunday. The spots in the Black Box are first come, first serve.
The long-awaited dates for graduation have been announced. UCO will be hosting the spring commencement ceremonies on May 10th through May 11th at Hamilton Fieldhouse. Students who have applied and have been cleared for graduation will be given 4 guest tickets. The ceremonies will also be streamed live online and on the UCO Facebook. You can view the full commencement schedule on the UCO website, as well as access information about Graduation Central. Graduation Central will be from March 26th to March 27th in the UCO bookstore, where students can pick up their regalia, ask questions, and even get free pictures taken. Big congratulations to all of our graduates. I know I am absolutely looking forward to graduating in May.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. And definitely looking forward to walking across that stage in May. And right now, it's actually starting to feel like May. You can take a look outside there in the Edmond area. It is warm.
Yes, these next few months are heating up. Make sure to stick around after the break. When it's Duncan, we'll have your full look at weather.
Happy birthday! Make a wish.
Miss you guys.
Blue skies smiling at me. Talking about blue skies, do I see bluebirds singing a song, talking about blue skies from now on.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Are you really sure this is all going to fit?
Oh, it'll fit. I got that. All right.
When hauling anything, ensure it's secure. Losing your load is dangerous for all drivers. We want everyone to make it home safe. Help make Oklahoma safe by securing your load.
Welcome Back Broncos, and looking outside right now, like I mentioned, it's feeling really nice. We're sitting at 76 degrees, mostly sunny. Those winds are really low. It's just a nice day to be outside today. And then as we look across the state, it's feeling the same. We're feeling really nice. We're sitting at 78 degrees in OKC, but we do have a storm chance that will be moving in tonight in the eastern part of the state. So as you can see, it's going to be pretty severe over there. We have chances of high winds, hail even, and then they do have a tornado watch at the lower eastern part of the state for tonight. We really aren't seeing anything in the metro, but we do have a chance still of storms. As we move into tonight, we're going to start to see a low of 46 degrees. It's going to be clear, and those winds are not going to feel very nice tonight. They're switching to north, and they're going to be at 17 miles per hour with gusts as high as 26 miles per hour. So the break that we had today is going to leave into tonight just because of that cold front that's moving in. Our humidity is still going to be at 50%, but if you are caught in those storms, your humidity will go up. As we look across the state tonight, it's feeling okay. It's not that bad, but those winds are not going to make it feel that great. At the eastern part of the state where we're getting all the storms, it's slightly warmer, and you're going to just start to see damaging winds. You're going to want to be weather aware tonight if you're going to travel to the eastern part of the state. As we look ahead, we do have thunderstorms possible tonight, like I mentioned. In the next couple of days, we have thunderstorm chances past 1 p.m. because those storms are just going to start forming because it's starting to become spring, and we're going to just start seeing a lot more of that. Our winds are going to become slightly higher these next couple of days, and we also are going to see a cold front that's going to move in Sunday night. But don't worry, because your spring break will still be nice as those temperatures will start to go up in the later part of the week. As we look ahead for tomorrow, it's not going to really feel that bad. 63 degrees in OKC. It's feeling pretty nice out tomorrow. In the metro, it is going to be very windy though. At 7 a.m., we're starting off at 47 degrees, and I believe that our wind's going to be at 17 miles per hour starting off in the morning. So I can't imagine how windy it's going to be at noon, if you guys can imagine that. At noon, it's going to be 55 degrees. It's pretty much going to be cloudy all day. And then at 7 p.m., it's going to also be just cloudy, windy. And as we move into our 7-day forecast on Friday, it's going to be 62 degrees. It is going to be very windy, just like I mentioned. And throughout the week, it's going to be kind of a roller coaster. Sunday night, we're going to get that cold front that's going to bring those temperatures pretty low at night. It's also going to be windy, so it's really not going to feel nice. But then our temperatures start to go up throughout the spring break, and we'll have a chance to be outside and experience spring break as it should be. What are you guys planning on doing for spring break?
Yeah, Gwyneth, I'm planning on actually going back home on Sunday. I got a couple friends coming up here, then we're going to go back home after that. But should be a pretty busy week for me. I've got a wedding I'm going to at the end of spring break, so definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little bit of the opposite. I will be home or at work, so that is all I'm up to. What are you going to be doing, Gwyneth?
I'm going to New Orleans, so I'm so excited. I'm going to watch some jazz. I'm so excited.
I've never been to New Orleans. That's exciting.
Me either. That sounds really fun, Gwyneth. Hope you have safe travels and a great spring break. Coming up in social media, a former boy band member is releasing music tomorrow. Who is it?
And what singer announced the birth of their first child? Destiny Pittman will have that and more after the break.
I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole, you got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the mass comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
Hi, I'm Destiny Pittman, and I'm here to give you your social media update. After what feels like an eternity, Zayn Malik is releasing new music. The former One Direction member teased his newest single during a surprise appearance on Jimmy Fallon last night.
What a great show we have for you tonight. This is going to be one of our best shows. I mean, we have a giant...
You heard that right. Zayn's new song will be released this Friday, and he also announced he has an album coming out later on this year. This will follow up his 2021 album, Nobody Is Listening. And rapper Flo Milli is releasing a remix of her hit song, Never Lose Me. The remix will release tonight and feature Cardi B and SZA. Fans are sharing the excitement on Twitter, with one user saying, Flo Milli got SZA and Cardi B on the Never Lose Me remix, and a new project dropping today. My sis is working. And Meghan Markle today made a return to Instagram. This return was to tease her new lifestyle brand. Her brand, American Riviera Orchard, is rumored to feature jams, household items, cookbooks, and cutlery. The account for the brand featured a link for people to join a waitlist to learn more details about the brand. And lastly, Callie Uchis and Don Tolliver welcomed their first child. The couple revealed the birth of their baby boy in a sweet video in a joint post on Instagram today. You were everything we could have hoped for and more, they captioned the post. The birth news comes just 2 months after the couple revealed they were expecting their first child together. The couple has yet to reveal the baby boy's name. Congrats. And that is all I have today for your social media update. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks so much, Destiny. And I will say, as a former One Direction fan, I am very excited for that Zayn album.
I know I'm not a big One Direction guy myself personally. I have a lot of friends that are, and I know that they're excited about this. I've been seeing it all over social media today. So
we're excited.
You know, if you're excited about it, congratulations. If you're not, well, we got sports. Coming up, a star basketball player is transferring out of the program.
And the Broncos baseball team are back at home this weekend. Find out when they play after the break.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Happy Thursday, Bronco Nation. Let's talk some sports. Leading off, UCO basketball star Jaden Wells has entered the transfer portal. Wells was with the Broncos for 4 years and enters the transfer portal with 1 year of eligibility left. Last season, the Hearst, Texas native played all 31 games, averaging 21.5 points, 4.2 rebounds, 1.7 assists, and 2 steals per game. We wish him well as he continues the next chapter of his basketball career. The UCO Bronco baseball team is back in action this weekend, taking on MIAA opponent Fort Hays State. The 19-5 Chos begin their home series with the 18-6 Tigers from Hays, Kansas, tomorrow at 5 p.m., and it continues Saturday at 3 p.m. and on St. Patrick's Day at 1 p.m. All games are at Wendell Simmons Field this weekend. And it's a big weekend for UCO softball as they head to Pittsburgh State for some non-conference showdowns. Central Oklahoma will play 6 games in 3 days, beginning with Augustona tomorrow at 10 a.m. and noon, St. Cloud State Saturday at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m., and then Winona State at the top of the morning on St. Patty's Day at 9:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. And it's just been announced that Broncos head coach Todd Stidley has won the NCCA Division II Coach of the Year. During a press conference yesterday, he said, quote, "This is a credit to my assistant coaches and the wrestlers. I'm the head coach, but they do all the work, and I couldn't be more proud of the effort and dedication our team has shown this year," end quote. The Broncos are in search of their 17th wrestling national title and 2nd straight championship. The tournament begins tomorrow at the Hartman Arena in Wichita, Kansas. Elsewhere in the state, Oklahoma State has announced the firing of head basketball coach Mike Boyden. Boyden was the head coach of the Stillwater-based university for 7 years and most notably brought in former #1 overall pick Cade Cunningham and finished his career with a record of 119 wins, 109 losses overall, and 51-75 in conference play. A national search is expected to take place. And finally, the Thunder Buddies are back in action tonight against the team down I-35, the Dallas Mavericks. Mavericks star Luka Doncic is out with a hamstring injury, but Thunder guard Jalen J-Dub Williams is expected to be back in action tonight. Tip-off is tonight at 9 p.m. at the Paycom Center, and you can watch it live exclusively on TNT. Guys, I can't wait to watch some baseball this weekend. UCO and Fort Hays is going to be a fantastic matchup. What are you guys up to this weekend?
Well, I might go to the baseball game. We'll see. I've heard they've had a pretty exciting season, and they're doing really well so far, so we'll see. But
Absolutely, yeah. Baseball has been absolutely phenomenal this year, 19-5 on the season, and they're playing conference again. It's going to be a really, really tough game. Ian, what about you? I know you call the baseball games as a PA announcer, but going to go to any other sporting events?
Probably not. I will be sticking with baseball, and it's a fun team they got there. Caleb Glass, I think, is expected to be back. He's battling an oblique injury, but he's expected to play this weekend.
Perfect, Ian. Thank you so much for that sports report. Today is National Pie Day. Find out what deals you can get in the Metro.
And Gwyneth Duncan will join us for our last look at weather. Stay with us.
So you guys
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back, Broncos. Today is March 14th, otherwise known as National Pie Day. Several businesses across the metro are having deals to celebrate. BJ's Restaurant and Brew House, Burger King, Casey's, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and Pie Junkie are a few places, just to name a few. Pi is the symbol used in mathematics to represent a constant, approximately 3.14. The day has been celebrated since 1988, encouraging people to eat pie and discuss mathematics.
While most patrons usually head into Lively Beer Works for a drink of the local beer, this past Saturday the brewery owned up to the lively part of their name. UCentral's Kelly Clayton has the story.
What goes good with beer? Nuts? How about pretzels? That's what a local community of martial artists are serving up in several breweries around the state. But in a less traditional sense. The original Oklahoma seminar series, Chokes and Barley, offers a pairing of jiu-jitsu and local breweries. What's the inspiration behind combining the two ingredients?
When you have seminars at a gym, it causes kind of two problems. One, if it's your gym, it just kind of feels like another class. And the other part of that is it doesn't really do a lot to bring in schools not directly affiliated with your school. I'm trying to spread that love of community and jiu-jitsu around to other places.
The events feature world-renowned athletes in the sport, presenting instructional seminars demonstrating the techniques that make them great. With several of these symposiums a year, the last installment was in February at Lively Beer Works in OKC, featuring two-time world champion black belt Renato Canuto, inspiring and motivating everyone to tap in.
I do think it's a very, very good sport to learn for women, for children, for anyone who really want to learn how to defend themselves and may be a little bit, shy about, I don't know if I want to go and get punched in the face and things like that. In jiu-jitsu, you don't need to do all that.
Women have been trickling in through the years. Now we've got, any given night, you're going to have a few women at our gym.
While welcoming to all races and gender, this group does hold some discriminations.
If you're not clean, that's gross. But as long as everybody around you is maintaining some sense of hygiene, keeping clean fingernails so you don't cut each other, clip your toenails. What do you do in jiu-jitsu? Well, I roll around on the floors and sweat in each other's mouths. So as long as you maintain that hygiene, it feels like nothing to do that. Because you lose that bubble of space around your training partners.
But at the end of the day, there's an important lesson to be learned.
Sometimes we train and we start out like fully in a choke. And the only thing you can do is like work your way out of it. So everything else disappears at that moment. The only thing you're focused on is not getting strangled. And if you can overcome that, then it helps you be able to apply those same principles of just like, okay, calm down, go step by step by step, make sure that every little piece of it's taken care of, and you can apply that to the rest of life.
From Oklahoma City, I'm Kelly Clayton.
Thank you for that, Kelly. And if you do plan on going out at all this week, again, you might want to look at those temperatures. It's starting to warm up.
Yes, absolutely. Let's head over to Gwyneth Duncan for that last look at weather.
Thank you, and welcome back, Broncos. Looking at tomorrow, it's going to be really windy, 62 degrees, and as we go throughout the week, it's going to feel okay, but the cold front that's moving in is not going to make it feel so nice, but then those temperatures are going to start to go back up throughout the week, and we're just going to start to see better temperatures as we go throughout our daily forecast for spring break. I know I'm super excited for spring break.
Absolutely, Gwyneth. That weather outside is looking a bit warm, so looking like a good spring break.
Yep, absolutely. And one last thing before we close out the show, we want to wish a special happy birthday to our UCentral director, Jake Ramsey. I was like, Jake's he's a major part of UCentral for sure.
Everything for us.
Jake is definitely the lifeblood of this broadcast. We definitely could not do what we do without him. Jake, we love you, man, and everything that you do for this organization.
Yes, happy birthday,
Happy
Jake.
birthday. Big 21.
Yeah.
Awesome job, man. Looking forward to celebrating with you, man. That is unfortunately all the time we have for this edition of UCentral News, but for now,
I'm Destiny Pittman.
I'm Gwyneth Duncan.
I'm Ian Nickel.
I'm Georgia Jones.
And I'm Mark Lowe. Have a great spring break. We'll see you right back here in 2 weeks. Good night.